You're listening to Glascock Panthers Radio. Now let's get out to the stadium and join the guys for this week's game.
All right, good evening, Panther fans. Welcome to Waynesboro, Georgia, here at Rogers Field on the campus of Edmund Burke Academy, where your Panthers are on the road tonight to take on Edmund Burke. And we're just in the middle of the captain's meeting here on the field as you see them coming across.
Yeah, captain's night for the visiting Panthers. Number 2, Nathan Perry. 14, Nicholas Holton. Number 9, Bryce Wheeler. And number 5, Landon Griswold.
And we got a roster up here for Edmund Burke. Some of the numbers are not right. We'll try to keep it close as we can tonight. And the captains for Edmund Burke, number 10, Grant Mobley. You'll see him a lot on the field tonight. One of their big weapons, along with number 3, Cade McGill. Number 20, Connor Sims. And number 56, Curtis McClellan. So we're going to see what happens here with the coin toss. They're getting about ready to toss it up.
I got a question.
Ask away.
Why do we have our helmets off and they don't?
Well, they're the smart ones if things go awry down there.
Okay.
But
To make you look taller. Is that what
I
it is?
guess.
Okay. I just wondered.
the,
I thought they're supposed to take their helmets off for the coin toss.
you would think so. It looks a little more professional, but
So it looks like we won the toss. He asked our guys what we want to do, so let's see what we chose. I know Coach Kelly will see we probably deferred. Yep, that's exactly what we did. So we're going to defer and take the kickoff in the second half, which means EBA will start out.
yeah, we are about 2 minutes, 45 seconds away from kickoff. So captains go back to their respective squads and run through their banners. You know, Kurt, I was looking. It's been a couple of years since we've been up here, and I guess down here, not up here. But
Well, we're up here.
last
We
are up here. If you can tell from the camera there, like I told y'all last week, best view we've got on the road schedule every year is coming to EBA, and great view of the field. Yeah, I was looking for a sign. Last time we were here, we were their homecoming opponent, and they had Glascock County or Mama's Boys.
Wow.
I don't know if y'all saw that one. I don't see it tonight, though.
But yeah, the field looks like it's in great condition tonight.
Yeah, with the exception of the numbers are a yard off. Kurt and I were speculating up here, and we think they do either hire somebody or they got one of those robotic
I think everything's
painters,
off by a yard.
and definitely came off by a yard on this side of the field. The visiting side of the field looks perfect.
Again, we are here on the campus of Edmund Burke Academy at Rogers Field. And if you'll hear the music in your ears as well, it's right up here, right behind us. So the music will be loud on your screens tonight. But we're getting ready for EBA to come through there, run through. The Panthers are on the sideline getting ready for the kickoff.
We'll get into it, but Stanley will have some stats for us early in this game coming out of last week's loss to Warren County. We'll get into some specifics on how we think that game went and the positives that we brought out of it.
Edmund Burke coming in tonight with 27 on the roster. Both games the last couple of years have been pretty close. Last year it was 20 points by EBA the win in Glen Gibson. The year before we lost by 16 up here in Waynesboro.
We were also looking before the game, and this is the 4th year of this rivalry.
Expecting some good plays out of EBA tonight. We looked at their roster, 27, like we said, 11 seniors they got hanging up on their fence down there. So almost half of their roster is seniors. And I remember calling Mobley's name last year a lot and McGill's name a lot. So
yeah, that's what I think on that Forrest Gump movie. What did he say? They go together like peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots.
That's like Mobley and Waynesboro. Everywhere you go in Waynesboro, there's going to be a Mobley. So get used to hearing that name as well as McGill, Owen Red.
Yep, Red, we called his name a lot last year, so that's going to be their 3 main threats probably. Looks like Landon Griswold kicking off tonight, teeing it up on the 40-yard line.
Number 10, Mobley, and number 4, Red.
Back deep for the Spartans is going to be number 10, Mobley, back with Owen Red flanking his left.
Bryce Wheeler to kick.
They're lined up at
Bryce
about the
Wheeler to
15-yard
kick.
line.
No, not quite.
Here comes Griswold approaching the ball. He's going to kick it. Pooch losing the squibber. It hits
It's
2
on the
players.
ground.
They're going to fall on it, though.
Same as last week. But
Looks like McGill was in there on that recovery.
Yeah, so they're going to blow it dead right there. No return on the kick. Edmund Burke's going to take over on their own 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Just underway here in Waynesboro, Georgia. Bird dog capital of the world. So they say. I'll just take their word for it.
From their own 38.
We got in there on that defensive line. We got sophomore Tyler Harris getting a start. Tristan Clark's in there, along with 60 Caden Myers and 64. I believe that's Lossy in there.
Edmund Burke coming out with twin receivers to the left. One wing back over here with the quarterback in the gun. Going to take it up the middle. Mobley keeps it. We trip him up. Looks like number 9, Wheeler.
Yeah, it's going to be Wheeler there. It's going to be pick up a 2. He is able to fall forward. Pick up a 2, 2nd and 8 from their own 40-yard line.
Again, we already told you Mobley's going to be one of their heavy lead 2 guys.
That's what we're speculating coming out. We'll see a lot of draws by Mobley. In warm-ups, they were throwing a lot of quick slants. We'll see if that comes into play, particularly when Owen Red split out.
EBA in their home red jerseys, white helmets, silver pants.
Silver britches. We call them silver britches around here, Kurt.
Kind of reminds you of Ohio State a little bit.
We do have Owen Red split out wide right here. I would be looking for a quick slant to him. No.
Got a
flag on the play. Delay a game on Edmund Burke.
I was looking at that play clock. It did seem mighty, mighty quick. It was down to 15 seconds by the time that Mobley even brought the play in from the side. Of course, it should have restarted at 40. This time it should start at 25. As soon as the official blows it ready for play, and there he goes. So 5-yard penalty bring up 2nd and 13 for the Spartans offense. Same formation for EBA.
Looking a quick slant out here to Red. Got one guy out in the open. We hit him and got guys coming pursuing. And we're going to finally stand him up. Don't ever get him down, but we stop his progress.
Number 60.
Number 60 leading that tackle. Looked like Lossy was also in a little bit.
It's Myers, Caden Myers on that tackle. Pick up a 1.
Well, they're going to pick up back to the original line of scrimmage before that penalty. So pickup of,
oh, yeah, there was a
let's
penalty
call
there.
it
So.
six on that play on the 41-yard line now. 3rd and 7.
So big third down here for the Panthers. Panthers getting ready to try to get their first stop here tonight.
Power left.
Got a motion man going to that side too. Going to be a jet sweep. He's got a lot of blocking out there. It's going to be Owen Red. We're going to finally push him out inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Landon Grills was able to push him out of bounds over there on the far side of the field at the 40-yard line.
An initial EBA first down.
They're going to spot it actually touching the 40-yard line in Panthers territory.
Yeah, we talk about their playmakers. Definitely number 4. We got to know where he is on the field. We got to know where 10 is on the field.
Yeah, Eric talked about it before the play started there. They had 2 guys in the backfield on that left side just stacked over there. And all they were, man, come in motion. They became lead blockers, and they had more at the point of attack than we had. So
Power right.
Going to hand off on a little counter. It's number 14. He gets hit after he picks up a couple.
That's Bryce Wheeler, middle linebacker there. He's going to pick up 3 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 7. They backed it up a yard. They're not. So just to pick up a 2.
It was Aiden Phillips on the carry by Edmund Burke.
Just underway again, once again here in Waynesboro. Beautiful night for football. We talked about it. It's probably 90 degrees out here, but it feels like it's about 70 after the 100-degree temps we've had.
That's because we're about 4 stories up in the air and we get all the breeze.
We're in the cumulus clouds.
Another little counter play going the other way. Number 20, that's Sims.
Whistle did blow.
Bryce Wheeler on the tackle.
Connor Sims, the ball carrier. Tandem tackle by
Stanley, I was trying to see that, and it was hard to see. I'm fine with Holton.
Cleaned him up, but Wheeler had his initial hit.
3rd and 6.
Another yard or 2 pickup. Going to be 3rd down and 6 for the Spartans.
From the 36.
Red coming back into the game for the Spartans. He's going to split out wide left this time, going twins left.
We got that same look this side, two backs in the backfield. Red in that slot. We'll see if he comes in motion, run the sit jet this way. There he comes.
We jump
Got a
off
false
it.
start here.
That looked like we was going to do it.
Yeah, it's
Again.
going to be false start on the right end. So they're going to back up the Spartans 5 yards. Be 3rd and 11 now.
Encroachment against the Spartans.
It looked like they were going to set up that same jet sweep to the wide side of the field this way. Just had a little early movement. He looked like the quarterback tried to put him in motion and play a second or two before, and he didn't go, and then he had to do it again and got everything off time in there a little bit. Here we go, red to this side, different formations. Powers on this side now. Maybe Mobley to this side on the sweep. Here he comes, throwing out there to red, over his head.
Yeah, he had him in the flats. It would have been right. If he had caught it, it'd been right at the first down marker, but he overthrew it by about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 4th and 11 for the Spartans on their opening drive. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the opening quarter.
Pressure on that play by Landon Grizzle on the quarterback. Coverage downfield by Downs, number 6. So it looks like they're going to send number 2, Parker Oliver, back for the punt. We're going to send Nathan Haley back, it looks like. He's going to be around the 10-yard line.
You plant your feet on the 10. If it goes over your head, you leave
Let
it.
it go.
Good snap. Good high kick right at Haley. He's going to field it at the – well, he's not going to field it. That's the one he should have fielded.
He probably should have. It's going to be down on about the 1 foot line.
Yeah, not sure what Haley was doing on that one. He was in the perfect position. They kicked it right to him, and he just backed up on it.
What was that? Probably about a 40-yard punt.
That's going to be 40 exactly. 41 to the 1.
Yards.
40 to the 41 to the 1. So good punt by Oliver. Got about, he probably went 32 or so in the air and got the last 8 on the roll. Panthers starting deep in their own territory. Can't afford to be pushed back. Can't afford to have a holding penalty in the end zone or it'd be a safety.
Yeah, that's why that not calling a fair catch on that makes a big difference.
Quick hitting play that looks like Walker. He's going to pick up 4.
Walker, number 8, the ball carrier. Solo tackle by number 3, Cade McGill.
As you probably heard on my mic there, that was Cade McGill for EBA on the tackle. First time we've called his name tonight. 2nd and 6 for the Panthers on their own 5-yard line.
Little tempo in the offense here. Going to hand off again to Walker up the middle. He's power
gone.
forward.
Oh,
He breaks through, but then they're going to get him and try to wrap him up after he gets out to about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they might bring it back to the 16, but it's enough for a Panther first down.
11 or 12 there on the play for Walker.
They are going to spot it at the 12-yard line, pick up a 7. 17, I'm sorry.
10, Grant Mobley.
Panthers got 3 receivers in this formation. Griswold in the gun keeps it after the fake. Going to get 2 or 3. That's a 19-2.
Yeah, pick up a 2 on the play. He's going to bring it up to the 19-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd and 8. 6:45 remaining in the opening quarter. We're scoreless here in Waynesboro.
See Jackson Usher splitting out down to the near sideline. Wing T formation. Hand to Walker again up the middle. He's got some blockers. Trying to get through that second layer. Out past the 30-yard line to the 32. Another big run for Brandon Walker.
Now's as good a time as any, Stanley. I think we've officially said Brandon Walker is going to be our player of the week from week 1 against Warren County. You got some stats on him?
21 yards, 21 carries for 94 yards last week. Also leading tackle with 8. Him and Nick Holton both had 8.
He got a good start tonight, too. Hand off to Holton. He busts through the line, going to get about 2.
That's going to pick up about 5. We're going to bring it out across the 35.
Yeah, it was first down, so 5-yard pickup.
Him and Holton both had touchdowns.
Ball spotted at the 37.
37, so it is 2nd and 5, Panthers offense. Initial drive of the game for the Panthers.
Back to that fullback, look like West in there now.
Yeah, it was quick handoff that time. It wasn't executed quite as quick as they would want it.
Maybe 1 yard on the pickup, 3rd and 4 for the Panthers.
West, the ball carrier.
Yeah, ball is spotted at the 38-yard line. Need to get to the 42, so 3rd and 4. West is still in there at fullback. Might see that crisscross right here. Nope, we're going quarterback keep right up the middle. Landon Grizzle, he's fighting. It's going to be close.
Yep,
if it's that far official over there, we're going to have it.
If it's his spot, we got it.
Yep.
It is. He's moving it. First down, Grizzle.
Landon Griswold needed 4, got about 4.5.
Promising opening drive here for the Panthers. We talked about all last week, positive things from the Panthers. Big first half, I think. I think we converted. We got 2 or 3 turnovers there, and we were only down 5 at half. Didn't give up the big play in the first half, and unfortunately that did come to an end there in the third quarter. We gave up a couple of quick 60-yard drives.
Back to West. He gains maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, right now with that play right there, it's a little slow moving with Landon coming out on his reverse there. I think fullback's having to wait on that. The time is just not there on that play yet.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
You're talking about playing Warren County last week. Warren County, some friends with some of their coaches down there. They got their first home game tonight on their new turf field playing Montgomery County. So something exciting for them. 2nd down and 9. Looking at the crisscross coming here. There's Downs going to bust it through. He's going to have enough for a first down.
Hard run there by Downs.
Yep, good run
yeah, absolutely.
there.
Way to finish it. And they initial contact had him about 2 yards short. He's going to carry it 3 more yards for a first down inside EBA territory. Looks like we got an official timeout right here.
Hydration break.
That's what I'm thinking it is. We've played 8 minutes in this opening quarter. Quick hydration break.
I'm gonna say the GHSA's got a heat policy for game nights. If they use that wet bulb, and I think if it's over 88, I think they have to do 1 timeout per quarter for water, and if it's over 90, they got to do 2 per quarter. So
now's as good a time as any with the Panthers doing a good job moving the ball. Started on our own 1-yard line. We moved it into EBA territory. We're now on their 48-yard line, 47-yard line, correction. 1st and 10, 4:06 remaining in the first quarter.
The only thing is, I know they got protocols they got to go by, and they're doing it for the kids' safety, but you hate to see them do it right in the middle of a drive right here where you got some momentum going.
Yeah,
you know, though,
it's almost a momentum killer.
It can be. On the same token, though, it can be a second burst of energy over there for us.
Right.
So
let's hope we come out here. We got 1st and 10.
You know, Downs had that big carry there for 11 yards last week. He struggled, had 3 carries for -3 yards. So
yeah, that was it. Warren County did a really good job snuffing out that crisscross. I keep asking Tristan the official name of that, and it's just easier to say crisscross. Let's just say that.
I've heard it called crisscross, and I've heard it called Sally. So.
Well, I think good keep this time by Griswold.
He's got some room, gets out to about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, good decision that time. He was able to pull it out of the fullback's belly and keep it around left end. He's going to bring it down to the 41-yard line, pick up a 7 on the play.
No read option there for Landon.
He's got 3 carries for 12 yards so far.
2nd down and 4 there, a little long 4. Back to Walker up the middle. He's got a little room, but they stuff him there after pick up of maybe 1.
Got an injured player on the field. That is McGill. I say he's injured. He might be. Again, we might think it's cool up here, but I promise you it's definitely warmer down on the field. 3rd and a short 3 for the Panthers offense. Just need to get to the 37-yard line.
And to Walker.
Get it, and
there
more.
it is.
He's got a hole down the hash, down toward the sideline. He brought down at the 16-yard line.
That's Mobley on that touchdown-saving tackle there for the Spartans, but great lead there and great run by Brandon Walker. We talked about it last week, and it seems like anytime the Panthers need yardage, we do favor our left side. That's our strong side over there.
Like 33 power there. Brandon just took it in that 3-hole. Followed that lead block and got out to the side, got toward the sideline, down the hashes a little bit. Walker again, looks like the same play.
Yep, going right off that left side once again and going to pick up, looks like about 5 good yards.
With 2:41 to go here in the first quarter, just what you want to see for the Panthers. They stopped the EBA, now they're having a quarter-consuming drive.
Yeah, absolutely, especially after that I'm going to go ahead and call it a mental mistake down there by Nathan Haley, but not fair catching the punt. Rolled down to our 1-yard line, but we've taken it almost 88 yards at this point, 87 yards. 2nd and 5, Panthers from the 11.
Going to be to Walker again. He's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Maybe nothing there. He might have got a little, but looks like it's going to be the original where they spotted that before the play started. So
Yep, just came straight up the middle that time instead of off that left.
Walker, the ball carrier.
3rd and 5.
By the way, I want everybody out there put in comments, what's that feed looking like from our new camera up here? Chris got it installed. He's doing a good job of tracking it and should be able to get some better quality for you.
Grizzle going to keep it after the fake. He's going to cut it up and try to get what he can.
He's going to be
gonna
close.
Be enough. He's close.
I think he's going to
Down
have it.
to
He
the
just needed to touch
6-yard
the
line.
7. He's down inside the 7. He's at the 6.
He's down about the 6.
First down.
First down, Panthers.
1st and goal, 1.5 minutes in the opening quarter.
He had a good open field there to run.
Yeah, he did, definitely. I looked on that, and that Junior Goodson, Dinez, whatever you want to call him, was pulling out on that play as a lead blocker.
Ball's
on the ground.
On the ground.
They
EBA
got
is going to get it. Oh, my gosh. Fumble on the play. Missed handoff by Walker.
That's where we say missed handoff by Walker, but that's where we talk about timing. And whether we'll never know, we'll let Coach Kelly be the judge of that, but whether quarterback was slow getting it out there or Walker was fast getting to the hole, the timing just wasn't there and the handoff was behind him.
Panthers went 93 yards down to the 6-yard line and turns it over. It did eat a lot of clock, but boy, would that have been big to punch that thing in.
First down and 10 from the 7.
A lot of momentum. Let's see what we can do here and keep it going our way. Maybe get a big stop down here and get it back. Got red to the bottom of the formation. Looks like Tyndall to the top. Be Mobley handing the ball off to the fullback, McGill. Well, not
Walker.
McGill this time. That's number 14, Phillips.
Walker on the stop.
Aiden Phillips, the ball carrier, number 14, stopped by number 8, Brandon Walker.
Second down and 8. He's going to pick up 2 on that play, maybe 3.
Time running down in the
He
quarter.
got that power left right now. I'd be looking at wide sweep,
Yeah,
especially
red-
if Owen goes
red
in
goes
motion.
in motion. Here comes the jet sweep again. Nope, he's going to keep it. Mobley. We hit him after he picks up maybe.
Nick Holton.
No, he got back to about the line of scrimmage.
Yep, Holton. That might be the final play of
Mobley ball carrier.
opening quarter. Clock ticks with 26 seconds. It's going to be a 3rd and about, I'm going to call it a long 7 over there.
No gain.
Ball just inside their own 10-yard line.
Looks like they're going to let it run out here.
They are. They're not even worried about calling a play right now. So, opening quarter, promising for the Panthers. Super promising drive there. Kurt, what do you see on that Panthers offense?
Well, we definitely got that inside game with Walker going. Look like the powers to both sides are working. So, and you know as well as I do, running the wing team, you got to get that inside open first before the outside will come open. So,
It all starts with a dive.
and Landon's made a couple of good decisions on the read. So, we got some good things working for us. We just got to keep it going on defense and stop them. While we got a little bit of time here, I was thinking about it on the ride down, or actually on the ride home from work today. A lot of things going on in Panther Athletics. Just want to give a shout out to 2 of our senior athletes. Landon Grizzle out here tonight competing as a football player, but he's committed to Augusta University as a baseball player, and also J.C. Usher as well. Saw where she's committed to Augusta to play softball. So 2 of our senior players making commitments to further their academic careers and their athletic careers, and just it's something they won't ever forget, I can promise you.
Yeah, I'm glad you added that academic. Actually, you led with that. You didn't add it. You led with the academic career, and that's what it's all about for these young athletes.
Also, we failed to mention it last week, but a longtime coach Doug Holland passed away.
I didn't hear that.
last
I'm
week,
sad to hear that.
and, he was my high school coach, and y'all know how long that's been. So,
That's 2 good ones we've
Good
lost
guy.
in the last few years. Todd
And
West
old
passed a
BS
couple of years last year.
Grandparents will be Friday,
Was
Yeah.
it last year or 2 years ago?
Maybe 2 years ago now. But
Yes, the wheel is back.
Coach Holland was there the days my sister was in high school, so he coached baseball and probably everything else back then.
coach of girls and boys basketball.
Yeah,
Him and Coach Bethune.
I never had Coach Holland as a coach, but I did play with his son Wade
I was gonna say,
throughout school.
I keep up with Wade every once in a while. He's got a hitting, what do you call it, a hitting training facility up in North Georgia. He trains these softball and baseball players in the hitting principles, and Yeah, I hate to hear that about Coach Holland. Hopefully. All right, Panthers got the defense out there, 3rd down and 7. Mobley takes the snap, going to roll this way. Got some room. We got some hands on him, though. Push him out of bounds.
He's going to be short. He's definitely going to be short.
Yeah, going to be about 3-4 yards
They need
short.
to get outside the 15 to about the 17-yard line. They're going to run him out at the 14-yard line, so it's going to bring up 4th and 3.
The big decision for the coach. Does he have enough gall about him to go for it down deep this far in his own territory? He just want to punt it. And
so they're going to go for it.
looks like they're going to go.
Yeah, I don't see them doing anything fancy.
They
Maybe
They just try to draw us off here with the freeze play.
This is where you just need to make sure those defensive linemen are solid and make sure they're not jumping.
May try to hard count a couple times.
No,
that is what they
there
did.
he goes. 2, 1.
They going to call a timeout.
That's one of those rules we talked about last week where in high school, if you come across the line, there's no going back. You come across, it's a penalty.
Obviously, this lineman on this side says he did not break the neutral zone. He's talking to the coach now. The coach said he jumped. He said, no, he did not. He didn't break the neutral zone.
He jumped, but one of the things we talked about forever is how far our defensive line starts off the ball.
Right.
And they're a full yard off the ball. So whether that's by design for situations like that or not, it's hard to say.
That,
but
that first quarter, Brandon had 8 carries for 59 yards. Landon had 4 carries for 17. West had 2 for 1 yard. Holton had 1 for 5, and Downs had 1 for 11. So
that's something we need to look at later in the game, see if that situation comes up again. A lot of times Coach Kelly and the coaching staff don't get enough credit for the decisions they make. That could have been possibly a decision they made to move those defensive linemen back to help alleviate that. And if they did, it was excellent coaching on their part because that jump didn't cost us 5 yards because he was that far away from the neutral zone.
So still 4th and 3. EBA's in punt formation. Good snap.
now let
Good
it go.
high
Get out of the way.
punt.
Get out of the way. Now he's going to catch it.
Go, Nathan. Got it at 45. It's going to be dropped right there and pushed back. But he's going to be all about the 46-yard line is where they're going to spot it.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and give
Go
him
ahead
the
and give him
45.
45.
So
Return
of 3. So Panthers, good starting field position. A lot better than the last drive where we started on our own 1-yard line. We're going to start on the Spartan 45-yard line.
So we're already in the EBA territory. We went 93 yards on the drive earlier, had a turnover. So now let's see if we can drive 45 yards and get the first score and eat up about 7 more minutes in this clock.
Let's talk about those linemen in there. Over at left tackle, we've got, looks like Caden Myers. Left guard, Tristan Clark.
Zion in there at center. Up the middle with Walker. He's going to gain a yard, and that's it. It is positive yardage. On this side, you got, who is that? Goodson on the tackle on the right side.
Yep, and we got Lossie in at right guard over there.
Also assisted by 20.
Again, you got Jackson Usher split out left as the end on that side.
Bryce Wheeler in at tight end.
Then Caden Downs at wing, and Walker and Nicholas Holton in at the backs. Landon going to keep it, try to get outside. He's got a little room, got to turn it upfield, going to get 3, 4 down to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him no, see, they
Right
keep
at
moving
the
it right at the 40.
So we can bring up 3rd and 5.
Pick
Definitely 2-down territory, I would think, here for Coach Kelly,
Yep.
barring some big
Pick
negative
up a 4.
play.
Solo tackle by number 20, Connor Sims.
Nose of the football touching the 40-yard line.
Spartan defense, 3rd down.
Second quarter just underway here.
Hand off to, looks like Holton cutting it up. He's going to fall forward, may have
He
it with that
leaped
reach
for it.
out.
Absolutely,
They're going to give it
it's
to him.
touching
Good
it,
job,
yep.
Nicholas Holton.
Holton, the ball carrier.
He felt his momentum going to the ground and just reached that ball out for an extra yard and a half maybe.
Yeah, last 2 yards was all individual effort there on that. Again, that play real slow moving. It just hasn't cost us at that point. Just really slow to develop.
Another set of downs here, 35-yard line of EBA.
Ball spotted right in the middle of the hash marks. Jackson Ursher coming over near side.
Here comes Caden Downs with the sweep that way. He's going to have some room, get about 10 yards on the play. Going to give him 9, it looks like.
Good solid pickup on first down, though.
I don't know if that was a crisscross or not. It looked more like a sweep. I don't know.
It
Just
did. I agree. It
didn't
seemed
develop.
more like an outside handoff than a quick inside handoff.
20, Connor Sims. Second down.
Now here we'll see Brandon Walker back in there. Let's see if we go back to that 33 power to that left side over there. Defensive linemen are a little smaller on that side. Our guys are getting a big shove over there. So let's see if we go 33 power that way. No, we're in a shotgun here.
Pistol, yeah.
Holton takes the ball up. Going to get the first down.
First down.
Forward progress was stopped. They're going to, all the EBA folks calling for a fumble, but forward progress was stopped before the ball came out. Holton got his helmet off, so he's going to have to come out.
Yep, Haley's going to check in for him.
So first down, Panthers.
We talked about it. Stanley, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nathan Haley, did he play at all last week? Or he definitely didn't get any carries?
I think he. No, I don't think he did. He may have had one tackle. I got to go back and look and see.
Throw it up here.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll look it up. Get a second.
I don't think she's got enough arm.
We're trying to get us a T-shirt up here.
I'm trying to get an EBA T-shirt up here.
There's Haley on the carry.
Right
21, the ball carry on the butt sweep.
Nothing there for Haley. Tried to make something happen. Nothing he could do there. Did pick up a 1, so
that's his
it'll be
first
second and 9. I don't know, Stanley. It's not touching that yard line. You still giving him one?
Still giving it to him.
All right.
19. I mean 24. I'm sorry.
Here's the crisscross right there, and Caden Downs going to be hit there and may pick up. Nope, going to be, well, they might give him a yard. No, they're not. Still going to be no gain on the play. Going to be 3rd and 9. 8:15 to go here in the first half.
No gain on the play. Spartan defense. 3rd down.
I know that play's designed to be cut up right there where he did, but gosh, looking back at that on film, I bet we're going to see a huge hole out there on that left side. Shotgun formation for Griswold.
He keeps it,
Straight
running
keep.
to the right side, trying to get outside. He got a little room, got a flag.
We got a hold on 6.
He's going to have a first down, but we're going to
hold on 6.
have a hold on Downs, it looks like.
Going to be an interesting decision here. We didn't get enough for our first down. We're going to be about 3 yards short. Let's see if they'll back them up 10.
No, we're past the 15, so.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Their
Their lines are crooked here, Kurt. We talked about that. I didn't think it was going to throw me off, but for some reason it is.
That's only going to be a 5-yard penalty, though. 24 to the 29.
Loss of 5 on the play.
Because it was so far out in front of the play.
3rd down.
So 3rd down and about 13 now for the Panthers. We got 3 receivers. Jackson Usher to the left of the formation. Downs
Here comes
and
that formation. We should
Wheeler.
see Brandon on a pass right here. He's covered.
Oh,
that's
interference.
Yeah.
Yeah, there goes the
he
flag.
goes,
He
yeah.
couldn't find his flag.
Back.
He was trying to get it, but he
Over
couldn't
his
get it out.
back.
Really, there was no need for it. He had great coverage
Yeah, it
on
was great coverage.
Fortunately, it's not, unless they've changed it, it's not an automatic first down in high school.
Should be a 10-yard penalty, though, right? 10 yards from the spot. Yep.
So it's going to be close to a.
So we're going to go from the
If it's
25
touching it,
to the
it's
15.
inside. That's a
10-yard
first
penalty.
down.
That's the first down, yeah.
10-yard penalty.
So it's
So it is a
officially going to
first
be
down for
first
the
down,
Panthers.
1st and 10 Panthers, just inside the 15-yard line. Coaches aren't arguing that call. It was pretty easy to make. We could see it all the way up here.
So another good drive by the Panthers. We're back in that wing T formation. Walker in there at full. Holton at half. Going to go back to Walker on 33 power, pushing it forward.
Good pickup. Going to pick up almost 4 on that play. Down almost to the 10-yard line. They're going to call it just outside. So the ball's going to be on the 11-yard line. Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6 for the Panthers.
2nd down and 6.
No more hurry-up offense, y'all. You know why, right?
Yeah, because we're trying to eat that clock.
Grind them out.
In Jerry Hutchinson days when he was on the sideline, when his Coach Hutch would go, milk it, milk it, milk it.
Can't quite do that nowadays with the play clocks that's been installed in the last couple of years. There's that outside handoff this time on Caden Downs.
Cuts
He
up in there.
splits through a couple.
Yeah, going to get 3 or 4.
He's going to be down close to the 5-yard line. Let's call it looks like about the 7.5. Once again, I do think it's 2 down territory. Well, I know for a fact it is.
So 3rd and about 3, long 3.
Ball on the 8-yard line.
Under 7 minutes now, getting close to 6 minutes in the half. Running one guy on at the last minute. Hand to Walker again. He's off that left side.
He's pushing down at the 5-yard line. It's going to be close.
He's going to be about a half a yard short, it looks like, from the spot. Got to get across the 5,
we
and we're just on this
across.
side of the 5. So it's going to be 4th and about a half a yard, maybe even 1 yard.
And everybody in the stadium knows right now what's coming.
Quarterback
I'll let
sneak.
Chris call this one.
Quarterback sneak.
Absolutely.
Come on, fans, it's 4th down. Let's hear some
Just
noise.
need to get inside the 5-yard line. 4th and let's call it a 1.5 feet.
Got to get a good push by Zion Moss here on that nose guard. Got a good push there. We
He's
get in
in there.
behind him.
He's down to
got
about
it.
the 3, maybe even down to the 2-yard line. They're going to call him at the 3-yard line.
Fullback Walker comes in and gives him a nice little shove to get across.
So, Stanley, I went back and watched that video from last week where you had thought maybe Landon had leaped over somebody.
Yeah, was he on the ground?
And he wasn't on the ground. He was actually outside, so he leapt back inside the defender. I got that from Sandra, who does a great job putting clips together, and was able to watch that.
1st and goal for the Panthers from about the 3.
Wouldn't be surprised if we have another quarterback sneak right here.
And to Walker, 34
Off the right
power
side
this
this time. He's in for the
Touchdown,
touchdown.
Panthers. There we go. Panthers in for the score. 5:08 to go in the first half.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You hold it until you know he's got it. Kurt, like you said, 5:08 remaining in the first half. Quick first half. That's what happens when a lot of running.
Yeah, we got the ball at 11:42 to start the quarter.
Time possessions, super important.
So we're going to go for 2 here. It's very important we get up early in this game. You always want to have the momentum and have it to where they're having to fight back from behind. Landon going to keep it outside.
Good decision. We might have a call.
Got a flag.
Yep, we're going to have a hold over there on Bryce Wheeler.
Didn't need to either.
Nope, he was there. That's going to back him up 10. Let's see if Coach Kelly, I'm sure he still will go for 2.
Holdings indicated by the referee.
Once again, you're not going to see any of our coaches arguing with that. It was definitely a hold over there on that left side. That one hurts, boys.
Yeah, because you always like to be up by 8. That way you know they can't do nothing but drive down and tie
All they
it.
can do is tie you at that point.
Ball spotted at the 14.
We'll see what the Panthers do here.
I'll have to throw it, I think.
Griswold under center. We're on about the 12, 13-yard line looking to throw. Down the middle, we got Wheeler, but he's hit. He tried to catch it out in front of him a little bit.
Tried to one-hand it, and you see quarterback. I don't know what our camera's looking at right now, but quarterback's getting on to him there. That's that's the epitome of short arming it and one arm trying to do that.
Gator arm is what they used to call it.
Official water break.
All right, so 6-0 Panthers. 5:08 to go in the second quarter.
Kurt, I don't know if we were on the air when you talked about it, but you did mention the GHSA, as hot as it is now, is mandatory one water break official water break each quarter throughout tonight's game.
Yeah, but all the schools have to use a wet bulb thermometer to do practice. And if it's so high, they can't use helmets or can't use pads at all. But the officials use it on game nights. If it's over 88, I think it is, they have to have one water break in the quarter. If it's over 90, you have to have 2 water breaks in the quarter. So must be under 90 tonight. So they're giving one official water timeout that doesn't cost the teams.
Yeah, we talk about as hot as it is, and tomorrow is probably going to be our hottest day on not on record, but I think the 102 is a real temperature tomorrow with a heat index of 110.
Yep.
So if you're doing any outdoor activities tomorrow, make sure you stay hydrated. Nothing's more important than keeping your body cool.
And then I heard somebody say Monday, I think the high's supposed to be 80.
Whew.
So
I'll be looking forward. That must mean the storm's coming in Sunday, right?
Well, there's a tropical storm coming in next week, Wednesday, I think. But well, we got.
I don't know what it says about me, but as a person, as a human, I enjoy tropical storm weather.
Well, that's
I
usually
like the wind blowing and rain.
Well, that's usually what it takes in the state of Georgia to knock the heat out. For, we usually have a storm and then it don't get as hot anymore. You hate to see anything get tore up, but we got a second here. Remember, next week we'll be back at home against Briarwood.
Speaking of that, Kurt, we've been informed that that's going to be the game of the week for everybody locally.
You have plenty of ways to get your information in your feed next week.
You listen to us. You can listen to WTHO. You can listen to WPEH. We're going to have a full press box up there next week.
So we're probably going to be out on the stands. So
y'all will be.
Yeah, you'll be in the run of the clock with your headphones on. Kick down to Mobley on about the 12. He comes up the middle of the field. Finally hit by the Panthers at about the 35. And they're
hit but not tackled. We talked about it last week. Athletes, you're not going to hit and bring them down. You've got to tackle them. And I think that was Caden Downs on that one.
Up to the 40.
Walker, number 8, and number 60, Caden Myers.
They're going to start at the 40-yard line.
28-yard return.
That's about where they usually start anyway.
Because I know in the past, Coach Kelly's always got some flack for doing those little squib pop-up kicks and stuff like that. But
that's why.
If he'd have done it, they'd have been in the same spot. And you'd have stood a chance to
take
possibly
away
get one.
Exactly.
If they bobbled it. All right, so they got twins to both sides. They're going 4 wide in the shotgun formation, looking to throw a little bit. Quick pass out here to number 1, Tyndall. He's going to make the catch and get about 12.
He's going to take it into Panther territory. Nicholas Holton drives him out at the 48-yard line. We talked about they were throwing a lot in their warm-up, so I think right now their coach is saying, hey, let's see if they can defend the pass.
They're 2 of 3 right now for 18 yards.
Going 4 wide again. Twins to both sides. Going to hand off to number 14. He's going to get about 4 or 5.
Devion Richardson in there, wrapping him up after a pick up a 6 on the play. Correction, 5 on the play, 2nd and 5. Ball at the 44-yard line now of the Panthers. Clock does continue to roll, 4:05 remaining in the first half.
It was Aiden Phillips on that carry. Only EBA has used a timeout this half. So
I feel like I should be saying we're just underway, but we're almost halftime. We're only 38 minutes into the game.
Uh-oh, we got a man wide open here, y'all. Timeout, Coach Kelly.
That's what Coach Kelly, I don't know if we're zoomed in on it right now. It might not be a good idea, too, but that right there, we had a senior out of position on there. Yep. Again, it's something, though, you don't practice a lot against 4 receiver sets. So when you see it in a game speed is definitely different. But I think Nicholas Holton will be the first one to tell you he should know where that receiver is at all times.
Reminds me of that quote from the Remember the Titans movie when they go, who do they think they are, the New York Jets? They come out 4 wide, receivers everywhere.
So, first time out by either team. I take that back. EBA looks like they did take one early in the first half. First quarter, I should say.
They took one on that fake punt. I mean, that fake 4th down. Draw them off sides, punt.
Yep. So both teams got 2 left here, 3:43 to go in the half. See several players over here on the EBA side using the cooling towels on their head and their neck, trying to stay cool. We got fans on the sideline over here, trying to keep them hydrated and cool. Low snap to Mobley, but he picks it up, looking to throw. Got a man deep. We got somebody with him.
Pick intercepted. Landon Grizzle.
He's got some room on this side if he can get across. Now there's some red coming this way.
Lay it down. No, don't block him in the back.
Oh, horse collar. Got to be a horse collar. There comes the flag. Yes, sir. Let's hope Landon's all right. Snatched him a little bit. That was McClellan on the tackle. He's going to get up. He's a good, tough kid. He's just taking his time to get himself together real quick.
A lot of running on that, but it is going to be an interception and a return of about 8 yards. He picked it off at 11. He's going to bring it out to the 19. The 15-yard penalty is going to bring it out to about the 34. We'll see maybe the 35-yard line.
So Panthers got 3:26 to go to get something going here and try to get another score on before halftime. We're going to get the ball coming out the second half, too. Good chance to double dip.
We talked about that. Coach Kelly always seems to defer.
That's the reason why right there. You try to get a double dip here at the end of the half, and it's a 14, possible 16 points swing if you can get it.
So Panthers going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. 3:26 remaining in the second quarter. Coach Kelly and crew does have 2 timeouts. Dive up the middle. Nick Holton this time is going to pick up close to 4 yards. Bring it out to the 39-yard line.
We want to thank our viewers just on here tonight already. Chris just told us the number we've had viewing tonight. Just to ask you to like it and share it and get everybody you can watching. Let's get this second half going. We need many viewers as we can and get behind this Panther Nation.
Yeah, absolutely. Spread the word out there. Let them know Panthers in the middle of a fight right now. They're up 6-0. I don't know if we've given you that score recently, but they are up 6-0 here in Waynesboro.
Griswold fakes the handoff and keeps it himself, picks up 1.
Yep, we're going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Tackle by trio, 58, Davis Brown.
Nathan Haley looks like he's subbing in. This might be for Nick Colton, who's been gassed a little bit. It is.
Spartan defense, 3rd down.
3rd and 5, 2:30 remaining in the second quarter.
A big 3rd down here. Panthers need not only get a 1st down, but to run some more of that clock. Will help us get the rest of this clock off. Even if we don't score, we can get it down to 0 maybe without giving them the ball back. Going to hand on the crisscross to Downs, and they're going to hit him in the backfield. He's just tiptoeing a little bit too much there on that play. He's got to hit it hard and get up in there. So going to be 4th down.
Play snuffed out by
4th and a loss of 2 on that play, so 4th and 7. Ball's on the 38-yard line. Need to actually just touch the 45-yard line for our 1st down, but it is 4th down.
Called a timeout to stop the clock.
So timeout Spartans. By the way, I talked about it last week. This is the home of the Spartan Burger. I'll be making my way down and getting one here at halftime. If I can get down, we should pan the camera out here, Chris, when we got the timeout on the field. And if we make any bad mistakes over the backside, then we're in trouble. The front side's not much better, but
the first flight of steps ain't too bad, but that second flight going to the top is
about a
pretty
70-degree angle, ain't it? Legit, maybe 80.
Yeah, we talked about this through messaging last week. I think I was in North Georgia when we talked about doing our concession stand review. I think we do need to get them to bring it up here. If we can get anybody to listen. And
I know a few people from here, but I don't think they're wanting to walk those.
Yeah, that's what we need to do, get a zip line to the concession stand with a little bucket on it.
I'll enjoy that Spartan Burger off camera, though. I'm not gonna eat it in front of you guys.
Don't worry, I'm going to get one too. So if I can find my son and figure out where my money's at.
That's why I keep the money. The problem, though, as an announcer, is the concession stand gets kind of long. At Glascock, I don't mind just walking in the back door and getting what I need, but here is a little different.
So Griswold back to punt. He's going to be punting it from about the 30-yard line when he kicks it. Low snap. He's got some room. He's going to put his shoulder down, but he's going to run out of bounds and not get the 1st down. Going to pick up 3 or 4.
They backed it up just a little bit, so no gain.
No gain, really.
No loss. We talked about that last week. We have not mentioned it yet tonight, but one of the positions of need that we've lost was at least a 3.5-year starter. He might have been starting as a freshman, but River Todd. We've done a pretty good job in the offensive formations. That time the long snap is about 2 yards too short.
Now we got trips to the top of the formation toward the Glascock sideline. 1:57 to go in the half. Looking to throw down here to the man one-on-one. That's Tyndall.
That's that.
Don't know what the flag's for.
Flag coming in.
Either late hit or targeting. Hopefully it's just a late hit and not a target. He's calling targeting. Good God, that's our quarterback.
Pass complete, but there's one on the field.
Personal foul.
It's targeting. He should be gone.
Foul goes against the Panthers.
Do you get 2? Maybe they changed it.
Yeah, I think you get 2 in high school, maybe.
A bit of a break there in that gladly give up the penalty yardage as long as we get to keep him in the game.
So what was the penalty then? 10 yards? Can we give him 10-yard penalty?
Must have. Mobley rolling to the right. He's going to look to throw. No, he's going to keep it and run it. Pick up of about 8.
He's tackled inbounds. That's good. EBA only has 1 timeout remaining. They are inside the 5-yard line, right at the 5.
2nd down and 3.
They can pick up a first.
Hey, trip.
There's
Throwing
that
that
slant.
Tyndall
He's
again.
gonna throw it low.
Low to him.
Does stop the clock. Minute 10 remaining. It's going to be 3rd and a short 3 over there. Need to get to about the 2-yard line for a first down. Stanley, I wish I could help you on that last one. We'll call it a 10-yard penalty is what we did on the last one.
They started on the 38 and they ended up on the 13. So that's 23. They got a 15-yard penalty. 10-yard pass, 15-yard penalty. How about that?
I like it.
Either way, it's 25 yards. I'm going to say it's a 15-yard penalty.
We're not keeping their stats. We're keeping ours.
15-yard penalty, 10-yard pass.
It's a ball just inside the 5.
Because that's what it kind of looked like.
Yeah. 3rd down and about 3. Trips to the bottom of the formation this time.
I'll be looking for a quarterback. Keep right.
Mobley looking to
throw.
throw.
Tipped.
That was
That was
definitely
tipped.
tipped.
That was tipped.
He was intended for red. So 4th down and 3. They may kick a field goal here. They had a good kicker. He kicked one from 41 yards in the warm-ups and still had plenty to leg after. So
Yeah,
he
they're
could probably make one from
talking.
50.
Coach EBA does call their final timeout to see what they want to do here. You got it 4th and short 3, maybe even a long 2 over there. Or they want to kick the field goal.
I'm telling you, the guy they warmed up with, he can kick it plus 30 more yards. They got plenty of leg to do it, so it's just what do they want to do? They want to take the chance of going for the touchdown, or?
Especially like we've already talked about a little bit, knowing the Panthers get the ball coming back out, and we still would have a minute to go in this quarter. Are they thinking maybe we just need to go for the points? On the flip side, though, you don't have any timeouts.
Yeah, they got 8 carries for 41 yards. So, yeah, if they get the first down, then, they're going to have to hurry up.
Here we go. See what kind of
Looks
decision
like
they made.
I see the starting offense in there, so
Yeah,
they're
looks like
going for it.
Or are they trying to draw us off? One of the two. But they can't call another timeout, so they could move it back 5 and kick it.
That's a good point, Stanley.
So he's
We'll see
got
what they
plenty of
do.
leg. No,
Nope.
they're
It is
going
a
for a
snap.
low
It's low.
snap. He's
Receiver's
throwing.
wide open.
Wide open.
As a defensive back there, you got to know it's one of 2 things. It's either a slant or an out pattern. They can't beat you deep. So get up on him and take away one or the other. And look like our defensive back on that side was playing behind the receiver, and nice easy toss even after the errant snap. So that ties it up. 1:03 remaining in the opening half.
Here's number 1, Braden Tyndall, who just caught the touchdown pass, going to kick the extra point as well. Snap is good, hold is good. Kick
Blocked.
64, Lossy. Of course, in high school, you can't return that, but that's 64, Lossy in there with the block. And that wasn't a fluke block. He got in there.
He got way up in there.
That might have hit his face mask.
Good
So, big
penetration.
play. Yeah, absolutely. Good penetration there. Sometimes we talk about nose tackles that we typically see in college and NFL. They're these big 350, 6'6". Sometimes putting a little small guy in there is more difficult for those big offensive linemen.
Yeah, they just got the speed and quickness off the ball, and it's hard to block them. So 6-6 is your score. 1:03 to go before the half. Panthers going to get the ball. We'll see if Coach Kelly tries to do anything with it, or if he's happy and knows he's going to get the ball when he comes out.
Let's see if we can get a big return here. That's something Panthers haven't done a lot of in the last few years, is getting a big return, special teams return.
They got the man with the speed back there, Haley. He can do it.
And back deep for the Panthers, like Stanley says, Nathan Haley.
Nathan Perry, number 2.
Caden Downs flanks him on the left with Downs up in the middle, or Nathan Perry, up in the middle.
Yeah, must see something on, well, now he's moving over, but Downs was way over there on the numbers. Now he's moving over to the hash. I was going to say maybe they've seen something on film knowing Like you said, he does have a good, strong leg, does Tyndall.
Deep kick going to come down
Might be
short of
in
the
the
goal
end zone.
line, about the 2-yard line. Haley's coming to this near side. He hits the guy, tries to run him over, and pretty well does it.
Yep. Return of 20 on the play. He's going to bring it out across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Panthers going to take over 1st and 10. 54 seconds remaining in the first half.
We have
2 timeouts remaining for the Panthers offense.
First down and 10 from the Panthers 22.
I tell you, Kurt, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting into the game, but either that or it's done got more warm as the night's going on.
I feel like
I'm
it's
sweating
getting
now.
stickier. I don't know about warm, but the humidity's going up, that's for sure. Hand off to Walker up the middle. He's got 3, 4, 5 yards maybe. Coach Kelly going to call a timeout, one of his last 2.
Good pickup by Brandon Walker, the junior fullback. Well, I tell you, it's hard to say that now. When I first coached Brandon, he was a 5th grader. Of course, he's in the same grade with Tristan, and it's just hard to believe these young boys are turning into young men now.
Again, we told you about the Panthers back at home next week against Briarwood Academy. If you're any EBA fans listening and watching tonight, they'll be in home here against Trinity Christian out of Dublin next week. Both of these teams playing non-region opponents for the first part of their schedule. Nobody on the region comes to the end. EBA only has 2 teams in their region other than them. They have Augusta Prep and Briarwood. Both of those we'll see as well. Later on in the year, we'll see Augusta Prep on the 22nd of September, and we'll see Briarwood next week. And, of course, the Panthers back playing region schedule in the region with Hancock Central, Twiggs County, Johnson County, GMC, and Wilkinson. So a lot of good football games coming up later on in the year. Hopefully on some cooler football-like nights. Whew. The Panthers on the ball, 2nd and 5. Hand to Walker again.
First down, he's still going.
Yep, still going. Got about 10 on the play.
First down is going to stop the clock there temporarily. Brings it out to the 39-yard line.
Yep, 1st and 10.
gain of 12.
Clock is running down. Under 36 seconds to go. Griswold keeps after the fake. He's going to pick up a couple, 3, 4 yards.
Coach Kelly's going to call his final timeout with 21.2 seconds remaining.
Tackle play by number 12, Hickman, and 20, Sims.
Kurt, who's Jefferson County got tonight?
They're playing a rivalry game in Thompson.
Oh.
But, you know, Thompson
We're
defending
not
state
going to worry
champions.
about. We're not going to worry about checking in on that score for a while.
Thompson, the defending state champions. I tell you what, I watched them play the scrimmage game against Evans at Thompson. Their offense doesn't have near as many playmakers as they've had. They still got some, but their defense is fast and athletic. Good gracious, they're all over the place.
You talked about a region opponent there, Twiggs County for the Panthers. They're currently losing second quarter 31-0 over Portal, or down to Portal.
Twiggs County is struggling kind of like we were years and years ago trying to build a program. They got an inconsistency in their coaching staff. They got a new coach every year, just about. The longest they've had one is a couple of years at a time. Of course, that was the Panthers' first region victory last year.
Ever,
yep.
The other region opponent, Johnson County's tied 6-6 in the second quarter with Jenkins County.
Wilkinson got hammered last week to Dublin 64-0. So, and Dublin's the real deal too. They may end up winning the state championship this year. I think it'll be between them and Swainsboro maybe. So Griswold looks to hand off, keeps it, going up the sideline. He runs over a guy.
Got to hurry up.
Got a first down. First down and 10 inside the 45-yard line to the 44. We got to get on the ball.
Should be trying to spike the ball here. Clock does start.
We got to get everybody set though before we can spike it.
We're substituting.
We're going to look to throw the ball. Last play. Down the middle of the field. Nobody's there except red shirts. Falls incomplete.
Heavy pressure by number 56.
So at the end of your half here at Rogers Field in Waynesboro, home of the EBA Spartans, your score is Glascock County 6 And Edmund Burke 6. We're going to take a 20-minute break and go visit the concession stand and do our review, and we'll be back for the second half in about 20 minutes. We hope to see you then. All right, welcome back, Panther fans. We're back here again on the halftime. EBA and Glascock all tied 6-6. Getting ready to come out, both teams warming up.
All tied, but Kurt, I think you're about to read off some stats, and it's all Glascock at this point. Go ahead with those.
Tell you what, it's got some good numbers here. Starting out, Glascock. Well, it just went dead on me. Hold on just a minute. Well, the phone just
While he's pulling it up, I can go ahead and tell you, we got a lot, and they don't have a lot of yards. So we got it right here. So
yeah, but just talking about total yards, GC, 167 total yards. Rushing, we had 35 rushes for 167 yards, no passing yet. Brandon Walker had 14 carries for 85 yards and a touchdown. Landon Griswold, 10 rushes for 43 yards. Caden Downs, 5 for 22 yards. Nicholas Holton, 4 for 15 yards. So everybody in on the action as usual. The only pass we had tonight, Griswold 0 for 1. Right there at the end of the half, he overthrew his receiver trying to get a score there at the end, but it was incomplete. EBA, total yards, 73 yards for offense for them. Rushing there, 8 out of 8 yard rushes for 41 yards. Passing 4 out of 8 passes for 32 yards and a touchdown to Tyndall. So it is kind of one-sided. They got about half of what we got.
yeah, of course, the big difference in the game to this point was Panthers drove 83 yards on their opening possession all the way from their own 1 yard line and fumbled it inside their own 10. So
And then we had another big drive. We started on their territory and drove down about 30 yards. And we've had some different things happen to us tonight. But we are moving the football, and we're playing pretty good defense. So.
absolutely, we're wrapping up on tackles. No big plays to this
Yeah,
point.
they got that one 19-yard run and a 9-yard run. Everything else 2 and 3, 4 yards. Yeah, the pass was 4 yards for the touchdown, and the longest pass they had was 12 yards.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to kick it off here. They did try to show weakness there on us at the end of the half with going that 4 wide receivers. And kind of showing a little weakness there, but hopefully the Panthers made some adjustments. But
Ball falls off the tee, so it looks like Tyndall will tee it back up. Just about to get started here in the second half.
again, he's got a big foot. He kicked it last time all the way from the 40-yard line down to about the 1. Panthers going to have the ball here starting the second half.
And tee falls off again.
And the wind's not even blowing.
Yeah, wind's not even blowing. One more time, and they got to get somebody to hold it. Is what the rule is in the college game. No more sure it is about here.
We talked about that when you weren't with us, Kurt. Just we watch so much college and NFL. As this kick looks like it's going to be handled by Haley at the 2.
Here comes Haley up the hash mark. He's got some room, and he's pulled down about the 30-yard line.
He's going to be thrown out of bounds, number 2 over there. Panthers going to take over in their own territory, somewhere right around the 30-yard line. Looks like the official's going to put it right at the 30. Nope, 29-yard line. So
First down and 10.
return of 27 yards there for Nathan Haley.
That normal offensive line in there. You got Moss, Clark, Myers on the left side. And I would assume it's Lossie, and I see Junior Goodson over there. Hand off to Walker to start the half. He's going to have 2, 3, 4. Still got his feet churning. Out to about 6 yards, it looks like. Going to be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, pick up a 6. He's going to bring it out to the 35-yard line. He's going to bring up 2nd and 4 Panthers.
Receiver's going to be Jackson Ushery split out on that end. You got Wheeler at tight end. Downs, Walker, and Holton in there at backs with Grizzle in at quarterback. Hand to Walker again on that right side. He's going to get 1 or 2 yards.
He's going to be close. Well, actually, he's going to be about 2 yards short. They're going to mark it at the 37-yard line, pick up a 2.
50 of the Spartans. Matthew Hood.
3rd and a short 2 for the Panthers. Might be where we see Grizzle right here on the quick keeper. I see defensive coordinator over here. He is calling to plug the middle, so.
Up the middle, there's Grizzle. He's going to have a push and
He's
get right across the 40.
Out across the 40, so planning for the first down.
Yeah, this is exactly what the wing T's supposed to do, y'all. It's a methodical offense. I had a conversation with some folks last night in the press box for the junior pro middle school game. Wing T is not a big play offense. It's a churn yards, whatever you can get, eat clock.
Ball spotted at the 41.
You know, we've seen a lot of games here. If we ever get to a shootout with somebody, it usually doesn't end well with us. So Holton on the run. Up through the middle. He's got a break. He's got one guy beat. Down the middle of the field. Nobody's going to catch him.
No
Nicholas
flag.
Holton.
No flags on the
flag.
field.
Touchdown, Panthers.
He's going to go third. I'm sorry, that's going to be a
59-yard
59-yard
run.
touchdown run. Nicholas Holton.
On the run, touchdown.
They had two defenders there, a safety and looked like a cornerback on that side that was there to make the play, and they took themselves out. So Holton does take it 59 yards for the Panther touchdown. Stanley, I think you said he had a touchdown last week, but I know he had a 2-point conversion. It was a touchdown last week, though?
Yeah, it was a touchdown. And he had a 2-point.
So that makes the Panthers up 12-6. Now we're going to go for 2 again.
Again, this is that big thing you were talking about, Kurt. Make it a full 8 points. That way, you one possession, you can't get beat. Worst you can
The pressure's off your defense, then they just got to go play. Going to be a toss sweep to Walker. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to knock him down. No good on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that's a little wrinkle. Honestly, all the years I've been watching GC football, that's a new one on me. At least to that side, what did look like our weak side there. So 2-point conversion is not successful. But the good news is the good guys just scored another touchdown. It's 12-6 Panthers. 10-18 remaining. Kurt, I want to take a moment. We haven't talked about this because we've only had 2 broadcasts so far this year, but you talked about our first region win ever last year. We actually had 2 varsity players get named to the all-region team last year. So I want to congratulate both of them right now, and that was our quarterback, Landon Griswold, made the team as a quarterback, and my son, who I'm extremely proud of, made it as an offensive lineman. So,
and Landon only played 7.5 games.
That's right.
He was out, half of the game, and then the last two games.
And people don't understand how that whole system works. It's not a popularity contest between the players on your team.
That's right.
That's done by the head coaches of the. So like for us, there's 6 teams in the region. The 6 head coaches get together and they all vote on the region team. And the ones with the most votes get points tallied by how many first place and second place. So it's not a popularity contest between your team. It's a legit vote done by the region coaches. So Grizz are going to tee it up, send it down the middle of the field. It's going to be actually hanging over here toward the sideline, toward the numbers. He's going to take it. Going to be hit and brought down about the 33-yard line.
It's like Caden Downs, number 6 on that tackle. Good open field tackle that time. Going to pick up about 20 yards on that return out across the 30-yard line. Ball's going to be at 32-yard line. Yeah, so congratulations to both those young men. Of course, Landon was a junior last year, and Tristan was a sophomore. So, and if I'm not mistaken, Kurt, you can probably know more so than me. We haven't played that much region. Those are probably the first 2 all-region players Glascock's ever had.
The first ones we've ever had. I don't know for sure, but I would be willing to probably place money on it. But I tell you what, 1 region win last year. 2 region wins to get this team in the playoffs. I don't see why we can't do that this year.
GMC's down from what they were last year. Twigs, as you said, already going through coaching changes.
Up the middle, we're going to hit him and drive him down after about 3 yards.
Devion Richardson and Caden Myers over there on the tackle.
We have beat Hancock before in our history, but we were not playing a region schedule then, but we did beat Hancock back years ago.
I think they're down a little bit more this year.
And Wilkinson's not as good as they are either. Just talked about them getting beat in the first half, 64-0 to Dublin. So, it's well within. Johnson County's going to be a strong program. It's well within reach of Panthers making the playoffs for the first time ever in football.
Trips, holding trips.
With 4 receivers again. They're coming out in that formation. Looking to throw the ball to that man, singled up. He's going to hit him. And he's going to have the first down across midfield.
Yeah, that's
Tyndall.
That right there is exactly what we saw them warming up, Kurt. They worked on that about 10 minutes in warm up. Just slants, slant after slant. At that point, it's all positioning on that cornerback. He's got to play a little bit of inside coverage and take away that slant. If they throw an out route here, so be it, but I don't see his arm strength being able to throw an out route.
We're just across midfield at the Panthers' 49-yard line. Looking to throw a quick slant over here to Red. And we're going to hit him and bring him down.
Yeah, good job out there by Caden Downs, not letting Red shake him. While it is positive yardage, pick up a 5 on the play. Actually, let's just call it 4 yards down to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6. The ball's on the 45 of Glascock County.
Pick up a 4 there by Red. He fought trying to get more, but we held him up. Handoff fake. The quarterback keeps it. He spins out of a couple of tackles. Going to get enough for a first down.
Yeah, he's going to take it inside Panther 40-yard line all the way down to the 37. Going to be 1st and 10. So it looks like the Spartans have made their adjustments right now. They're seeing that they can spread us out and do a little bit of quarterback keeping action on it. So it seemed to work so far on this drive. Clock continues to roll. 8 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Play clock just under 20 seconds. Once again, they're going trips right. Single receiver to the left. Quarterback's in shotgun, flanked to his left by the halfback.
Hand off to number 14 up the middle. He cuts it back to the left just a little. Going to pick up about 4.
Over there, Bryce Wheeler on that tackle. Number 9 for the Panthers.
On the ball carrier for the Spartans. Stopped by number 9.
Pick up a 4. Going to be 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6.
See a score that came across we're not that familiar with, but we did face them in our little scrimmage. Bullock Academy's up on Augusta Christian 37-7 at the half.
All right, quick slant to Red. We're going to pull him down, but it'll be enough for a first down for EBA. Harrison Wheeler in there on that tackle. I'm looking at some scores myself. We got see Lincoln County up 14-0 over McCormick.
Well, Kurt, it's not that bad. I'm looking at that Thompson score, 19.
I just saw 26-0.
Okay.
So Thompson up 26-0.
Johnson County and Jenkins still tied at the half. Mobley on the keep this time off left side. Positive yardage once again down inside the Panther 20, down at the 16-yard line. Gonna bring up 2nd and short 4, let's call it 3.
And that was Holton in there on that tackle.
2nd and 3. The ball spotted at the Panther 15, 16.
I don't think Wilkinson County was playing tonight. I think GMC was playing Ace Charter. Off the right tackle, that's number 4, Red. Going to be brought down by Downs.
That's Griswold.
Griswold inside about the 5-yard line where they're going to mark him.
Yeah, they're going to mark him right at the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Led by number 5, Griswold. Another EBA. First down. 1st and goal from the 5.
That trips to the top of the formation.
On the ground.
Ball on the ground.
We're going to walk in with it.
It's almost like a Fumarooski play. Grant Mobley in for the touchdown, 5 yards out. Gonna make your score 12-12.
That's one of the things we talk about a lot, busted play. It always seems like an opposing team's able to get over on us on those. Busted play, they're able to just pick it in, take it 5 yards for the touchdown. Whether that ball snapped out of or slipped out of his hands or he tried to hold on to it, we're not sure, but This extra point is up, and it's right down the middle. Might have broke a windshield, but that extra point does give the lead to EBA 13, Glascock County 12. Talking about Warren County, who we played last week. They're who are they playing today, Kurt?
They're playing Montgomery County.
Montgomery County. They're Warren County is actually leading them right now, 22-21.
They played pretty.
Swainsboro's up 13-0 over Washington County. That's going to be a good game tonight. Winner Swainsboro Dublin is probably going to win state championships. It's going to be a dogfight. I love to see them play this year.
Yeah, I do know TJ's playing Briarwood tonight, so if anybody has a score out there on that.
Yeah, Warren game was pretty sloppy last week. They had 8 fumbles and 12 penalties. If they overcome that, they'll be okay.
About 150 yards penalties, wasn't it?
That was only 72.
Was it?
Yeah. A couple 4-yarders and a 9-yarder.
I actually saw Coach Simpson. I come back in from North Georgia Sunday, and we stopped at the McDonald's in Thompson. I saw Coach Simpson. That's what he was poor mouthing, saying they had 150 yards of penalties. He said, Coach Kelly always gets me on that dang onside kick. He always tries some crap against me.
So they had 8 fumbles, lost 3 of them.
Of course, Coach Simpson, the head coach over at Warren County, doing a good job with that program.
Deep kickoff again.
That might be in the end zone.
Going to be a touchback.
Yeah, y'all talk about this Tyndall kid having a leg, and I don't know, maybe I've been spoiled, but when I was coaching middle school football for Glascock, we faced, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name now, Aquinas' middle school. What's that church up there?
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, yeah. And they had an 8th grader that was kicking it out the back of the end zone against us, and I was like, yep, he's pretty legit.
Well, people look at me crazy when I say back in the day when I was coaching with Chris. We were actually probably coaching with Bowen back then. We played Kell High School, who's a 5A school this year now. They were just opening, and they had a kicker that was warming up, kicking it from midfield on the 50-yard line and still had plenty of leg. But I think he went to like Oklahoma and kicked or something. Walker off the right side. We'll pick up about 3.
Walk it back a little bit, maybe just 2, but let's call it 3, Stanley, and make it 2nd and 7. Now they're going to put it on the 22, so just pick up a 2, 2nd and 8 for the Panthers offense.
9, the ball carrier, solo tackle by number 3, Cade McGill. 2nd down and 8.
Let's hand off to Holton.
There's actually Walker on that carry.
Walker, yep, he's playing the halfback spot there.
Off the left, so.
Unidentified runner.
Unidentified runner.
Yeah.
Tackled by number 50.
That'd be
Is that
team.
like
That'd be team.
Tomb of the unknown soldier.
So
Panthers down 1, 3rd and 4. Crisscross here for Downs, and
he run right into
He fumbled.
he lost the ball.
He lost it.
Gave
They
it
didn't
straight
throw
to
it.
Owen Red.
Yep.
We talk about it, penalties and turnovers. You can't have them.
Touchdown, Spartans. Owen Red on the fumble strip, coasting to the end zone for a 30-yard jump.
Going to go down officially as a
27-yard.
27-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown for the junior Owen Red.
Goodson's down the field.
Saw a lot of cramping last week, Kurt.
Danger player on the field.
This is about the time in the game where that can take over.
Yep, this heat starts sneaking up on you.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the second big play that's happened against the Panthers tonight. First one was a fumble down at the 10-yard line of EBA, and this one's another fumble, this time in EBA territory, taking back 27 yards for the Spartan touchdown. Disheartening, just like last week. 2 quick scores in the third quarter and changed the definitely the momentum. Hopefully I don't get in trouble by any physics people. I know you can't physically have momentum on the field, but we all know, our sports guys, we know it's a real thing.
Oh, yeah. Again, the Panthers are just down 1 score. Even if they make the extra point, it's still just 1 score. Our offense is not a quick-fire offense. We just need to be able to keep it within a little distance where we can get back and score some points and get it back to us. Kick is up. Didn't quite get a windshield that time, but it's still good.
It was still going for the same card, though. So with 3:52, big play by the Spartan defense has made their score 20. Edmund Burke, Glascock County, 12.
Panthers 12.
Well, everybody, we said we were going to bring you that concession review, but I think Kurt and I, we're a little tuckered out right now, walking up these stairs, which if anybody's ever climbed up to the top of the EBA press box, it's legitimately, it's at least 80 degrees, right? That second flight, it's about 80 degrees, nearly straight up climb there. And it's a lot more treacherous when you're carrying up a hamburger that weighs about a half a pound and about a quarter pound of bacon on it.
Deep kickoff going to be returned this time at the 6-yard line. Looks like Downs. He gets up in the middle of the field, brings it across the 25.
Yeah, we do have a late flag coming in. I think we're going to get a hold over there on the Panthers if the Spartan defender's any indication.
Tackle by number 7.
He was excited. Meanwhile, a Panther was going off with his head down, so it is going to be a hold.
Personal foul.
Oh, personal foul. I missed that.
So that's after the play.
Yep.
Indications, a personal foul against
He's going back him way up. Concentration at this point, guys. Let's go. Let's finish it.
So we're going to start at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10.
I can only imagine there's a lot of upset individuals in that huddle right now, but they've got to come together and just get a sustained drive here. Like you said, Kurt, it's still just a one-possession game.
Let's see, trying to see if Goodson is back out there. I don't see him. He kind of towers above everybody.
Yeah, he's definitely still on the sideline over there. I see him talking to just like Coach Otis over there. I'll get the number of who's in there in his place in just a minute.
Looks like maybe Tyler Harris. Landon Griswold up the middle are going to get 5 or 6.
Yeah, so what they've done is they've moved Lossy in from right tackle into right guard, and Tyler Harris has moved out to right tackle. And as soon as we say that, Dinez is coming back into the game.
2nd down and 3.
Good pickup by Griswold that time. 6 on the carry, going to bring up 2nd and 4.
Goodson, you can tell, gingerly walking out here, so he's not 100%, but he's back out there. When you play Ironman football like we do, you can't stay out very long. Walker up the middle. He's going to get a couple, maybe close to the first down.
He's close to it. They're stopping the clock, so they're calling it first down. Good pickup that time. Well, they moved it back a yard, but they've already given us the first down.
See a couple of Panthers out there with their hands on their knees, so heat and fatigue is definitely becoming an issue.
Yeah, at this point, like you said, I don't know if it's that heat as much as it's the humidity. It's definitely become muggy out here.
Walker definitely didn't hit the hole as hard as he's been there earlier in the night. Going to hand off to Holton, and he's hitting the backfield and brought down.
Yeah, defensive end over there. I think it was number 20 came in and blew up our right tackle, and big loss on the play. Going to lose 4 on that one all the way back to the 20-yard line. Check that, a loss of 3 on the play. So 2nd and 13. Need to get out to the 33-yard line for our first. Nathan Haley's coming in for Caden Downs.
Trying to get some fresh backs in there. Haley hadn't carried the ball much tonight. Most of the calls Holton, Downs, and Walker and Griswold. So trying to get some fresh legs in that backfield. Haley goes in motion.
Oh, he tripped.
Faked the handoff, and Griswold's going to keep it and get up in there. Going to get a lot of positive yards.
That was one of
20 yards
those.
short.
Yeah, that was one of those busted plays that did go our way. I don't know if it's supposed to be a fake or not, but we had a lot of motion.
Came on down. It was Haley coming on jet motion.
Yeah, he tripped.
Got the handoff fake, tripped, and then Griswold took it and kept it right up the middle.
Got 11 yards on it.
Yeah, so third down.
Third and a manageable, short 3, long 2. Let's call it 2. At the 31, need to get to 33.
We'll give it to Walker. He's going to be close.
Nah, they're calling it first down. He's moving it. So 1st and 10, Panthers. Just enough. We're not getting him by a lot, but.
Walker, the ball carrier. Stops led by number 4, Owen Reed.
Kurt, I think you told me we got some college football tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah, look at the schedule. It's not none of your big names. The only big name on the docket tomorrow is Notre Dame.
Hey, at this point in the season, it don't matter.
College
Football's back.
Walker just went over 100 yards, too.
Hand off to Down. He cuts it up in there. Got a big hole. Squirts through it.
Out across the 40. You know, mark him at the 41-yard line. Pick up a 6. Going to be 2nd and 4 Panthers.
Yeah, I think tomorrow the first one is playing is that's the annual Ireland game. They're playing in Dublin, Ireland. Notre Dame and Navy.
2nd down and 3.
And you got some not even mid-majors, you know, like New Mexico State and some of those smaller teams opening up. Walker hits the hole, trying to drive to the first down. Going to be short.
Going to pick up a yard, maybe 2. They're going to mark it back at the 40. Well, one official's got 42, one's got 43. They're going to mark it at the 43. So 3rd and a long one.
Spartan defense, 3rd down.
We got Downs, Holton, and Walker in the backfield with Griswold.
Quarterback keep by Griswold right up the middle, and he's still going.
Still
he's
going.
out across midfield.
He's gone.
Inside.
He breaks the last
Spartan
tackle.
territory.
He's out across the 40.
So it should have been a 1-yard pickup. It's going to turn into Stanley. I'll let you do that math.
All right, 43 to the
36, 37, 38.
7 and 12. 19-yard
19
gain.
yards, yep.
Nice job by Griswold continuously moving those legs. And
End of the quarter.
It's going to be the final play of the quarter. End of the third quarter, going to make your score ABA 20 and the Panthers 12. Panthers driving, though.
Panthers 12.
So we got 12 more minutes of action. 9:14 on the actual clock. So
might be home in time to.
Start at 7:30. We'll be home to see football Friday night tonight.
And hopefully we'll be on there kicking it off with some a Panther victory. Again, going into the fourth quarter, we're down 8. Panthers are driving inside of Spartan territory. They're going to have it 1st and goal at the 38-yard line. All right, Kurt, so give me your review. What'd you get at the concession stand?
I didn't do like you. I didn't get the Spartan burger.
Oh.
I got the regular hamburger. And like you said, it was a homemade, patted out, hand-patted burger. I don't know if it was Lipton soup mix or whatever. It was spiced up good, and it was delicious. I don't see how you did the 2-patty bacon.
Oh, gosh, I had to.
You unhinge your mouth like a boa constrictor, and I couldn't have got it in my mouth.
Actually, if you look over there beside somebody's other food, I've still got
mine.
about half of mine. So I wasn't able to get it all down, but definitely, like you said, a good hand-patted burger. Definitely cooked well.
All right, through 3 quarters, Brandon Walker, 21 carries, 106 yards. Griswold, 14 carries for 84 yards. And Nick Colton, 6 carries for 73 yards.
And we got two
A lot
guys,
of yards.
we got 3 guys close to 100, and we can get them other 2.
That sounds like the Braves offense, don't it?
Yeah.
All those 30 home run guys.
All right, here we go. First play of the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 Panthers. Tall sweep to Walker. He cuts it in. Got 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Fumbles.
on the ground.
He fumbles.
Oh, and
It's
EBA's going to
picked
pick it up.
And go for a touchdown.
He's going to be gone down the sideline.
Got a big flag coming in all the way.
Flag on
Got
the
a flag,
sidelines.
yeah, we've got it back here. It's going to be an interesting call. He threw it from all the way, probably this opposite 40.
Flag on the play.
I believe they're going to call it a block in the back.
Either way, Walker had 13 yards before he fumbled.
Yeah, I will say it seemed like we instigated the contact, so I don't know. It does
Looks
look
like
like
they're
it's
going
going
to line up
to
for
go.
a personal. That's like going to line up for a
It's
PAT.
holding on us.
Yeah, it did look like Nick Colton, if we watch that back on replay, which is the next thing Chris is going to be working on, is getting his replay mid-game. But it does look like, for some reason, we did initiate contact there ourselves instead of going for the ball carrier. So touchdown does stand. Another fumble recovery. This one goes for 70 yards, right at.
Picked it up on the 25,
75 yards. Go on top of the 27-yarder from earlier. Kicks up, and it's right down the middle. It's good. That extends the Spartan lead, 27, Glascock County, 12. At this point, Kurt, it's conditioning is what, and that's something that, with the weather being as it is, I'm not using it as an excuse by any means, because every team is held to the same standard. But when you have all these hot days and you can't go full pads or full speed, it definitely comes in when you're playing two-man football.
Yeah, but they practice right after school, so the heat index is up there at its highest point right there. So it's probably been a lot of times, but you can tell fatigue is definitely setting in on some of the Panther running backs.
Particularly, I was going to say that the skill position guys.
It's it don't seem like a lot, but just a little bit of fatigue and a little bit of less awareness. And that ball comes squirting out like a watermelon seed. And it's not dry out there by any means.
Absolutely not. We talked about humidity. I'm sweating up a storm up here, and I'm just standing here. So
and that grass is damp, even though it's been 100 degrees all day. You can look at it right here, and you can see the footprints on the grass as where they've been running across. We just got to do a better job of holding on to the football. We still got life. We've got 11:40. We've got within 2 touchdowns. We can still get there with 15 points down. Just got to sustain some drives and be a little quicker.
It's going to go out of bounds. No, he catches it.
Nathan Haley slips a little bit and comes up the right sideline.
Good return out. We give him close to a 30-yard return. We'll call him out at the 33-yard line. 32-yard return on that. Close to it. Panthers going to take over right there, 1st and 10. So we talk about big plays, and EBA's forced 3 big turnovers for the Panthers. One deep inside their 10-yard line, and 2 more that's been returned for touchdowns. Like you said, though, Kurt, we're just underway in 4th quarter. Plenty of time.
Yeah, those two turnovers that hurt, we were down deep in EBA territory. Both of them inside the 30-yard line. One of them inside the 10. Those really hurt. Griswold looking to throw the ball out to Holton. He catches it, makes a cut, and gets outside for a little bit of yards, about 3.
Pass to number 14, Holden.
Just out across the 35. We'll call it the 36.
Met by number 3.
2nd down and 7 for the Panthers.
2nd down and 7.
We're going with 2 receivers split to the right side and 2 to the left, going 4 wide for the Panthers in the shotgun.
That was our first completion.
Griswold looks to hand and keeps it himself up the middle, going to gain about 6 yards. Going to be 3rd and 1.
Quarterback number 5 on the keeper. Brought down by number 3.
Clock continues to roll, just under 11 minutes now in the game.
Good. 3rd down, Spartans.
A lot of confusion back there in the backfield.
4 receivers, 2 on each side.
They don't know what they're doing.
Plenty of time on the play clock. I don't know that he was set, but we're not
I don't know
calling
if he
it.
was set or not.
Grizzle's very close to a 1st down. They're blowing it dead, so that's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Tandem tackle by number 3, Cade McGill.
Meanwhile, the coach is over here saying 4th down, boys, watch the ball. But to be fair, it might have been a fan, not a coach.
Ball on the 43-yard line. Griswold keeps it. Going to be hitting the backfield. Gets out of that tackle. Still powering forward. Going to get all the way almost to midfield. He's short.
Good pickup.
Short to the 49. Looks like the cramps are hitting him.
And, of course, if the clock stops, he's going to have to, and they are going to have to call him out for a play.
Official timeout.
They will use this opportunity for a water break, which I don't know then. Maybe he's able to go back in if they're calling it an official timeout, not an injury timeout. I'm sure Coach Kelly will get that.
So he's trying to get up, but every time he gets up, it locks back up on him. He's getting across there now.
So he's got 17 carries for 97 yards now.
So he's about to go over 100 himself.
We'll see if they do allow him to stay in this game, as they potentially just didn't call that an injury timeout. Kurt, you got any more updates anywhere for us? Chris, I don't know. Will you let us know? Has anybody commented that Briarwood TJ score for us? Something I haven't been able to keep up with. They're not posting a score right now on what I'm checking on. Of course, that's two big upcoming opponents. It might be our next two opponents, ain't it? We'll get Briarwood at home next week. Again, that's going to be the WTHO and the WPEH game of the week. We much prefer you to come watch us here live on Facebook or YouTube. Dive's going to go Walker
down.
right up the middle. He's going to pick up, let's call it 7 yards inside Spartan territory down to the 44-yard line. So it is 1st and 10. Walker trying to put his shoe back on.
And number 50, Matthew Hood.
Appreciate that, Jimmy, down in Daytona giving us a watch.
Griswold going to keep it again, trying to get outside. He's a little gimpy. You can still tell he's still got them cramping issues.
And his helmet came off, so we'll see once again. We'll have to come out and bring up 2nd and 10.
He actually
should
lost
see.
a yard there.
2nd down and 10 from the 45.
Or lost a half a yard.
So we'll have Caden Downs, junior quarterback, wing back, and a quarterback on this play. Quick quarterback keep. He's pushing. He's out and down at the 40-yard line. Pick up a 5. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Panthers as Griswold's getting the play and coming back in.
Griswold, the ball carrier. 6 on the carry, excuse me. Tackles led by number 3, Caven Gill, and a host of Spartan defenders.
There's Holton. Stop for no gain. And bring up a big 4th down for the Panthers. Have no choice, but at this point in the game, this spot on the field, but to go for it. 4th and 5. A lot of Panthers hands on knees. Exhausted. Big play here. This is pretty much the game, I would think, barring some big penalty. We need this conversion here. Coach Kelly looks like he's going to call a timeout over there and think this one over. If nothing else, get your players a bit of a break so they're at least as close to full strength as they can be for this play.
The first ever Miss EBA pageant will be October 21st in Murray Gym. Tickets will go on sale for $5 each in the front office starting October the 2nd, or you can purchase them at the door.
Kurt, you were there last night. Something we don't see a lot of in Glascock, and that's we actually had a JV football game at Glascock last night. What did you see out of the JV team?
Well, you know, they didn't get to play but a couple of quarters because I know we probably had some fans up in the stands confused about why they only played 2 quarters, but the state of Georgia has a rule that you can only play 6 quarters a week with your high school athletes, and most of those guys we had last night, I think we had 14 or 15 dressed. Wheeler County had about 13 or 14 dressed, so both schools had guys playing both last night and tonight. So they can only play 2 quarters because they may have to play all 4 tonight. So, but no, just some young guys. I tell you what, the bright spot last night I thought was De'Avion Richardson. He ran the ball hard and tough. Scored the only touchdown the Panthers had. And Davion, yep. And he just looked very good from the running back spot last night. He's got a bright future ahead of him, I think.
We go, looking to pass. Landon's going to tuck it and keep, and he's going to come up 3 yards short.
Number 5. on that carry.
So Panthers will turn over on downs. EBA Spartans will take over, 7:48 remaining in the game, and they're on 37-yard line.
Trying to see if I can find us a Briarwood score real quick. Not having any luck.
Yeah. Here we go. So Spartans got the ball in their own 37, 1st and 10. We got a flag right here.
Panthers defensive line shifted a little bit, so we'll see what they're going to say. Maybe cause one of the EBA's guys to move early.
I see what it is. We got an equipment thing right here. This guy's knee pad is up near all the way up his thighs, and I know that was a point of emphasis this year for officials, making sure those knees are completely covered this year. I heard Warren County talking about it before the game last week, making sure they all were properly dressed and equipped.
That's our first penalty of the second. Well, no, we had
So
the
back it up 5, so EBA's got it 1st and 15 from their own 33-yard line.
They moved.
This time we got a big false start. So back it up 5 more yards, going to be 1st and 20.
We're down under 8 minutes now, 7:47 to go in the game. EBA up 27-12. Still within striking distance, but we got to have the ball back and we got to strike quick.
Tyler Harris, Alex Lossy, Tristan Clark, and Caden Myers in there on defensive line. Good open field tackle that time, Nathan Haley with a big pickup. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Pick up a 10, 2nd and 10 for the Spartans.
Tackle by number 21 of the Panthers, Nathan Haley. 2nd and 10.
Now they moved it up a yard, so I guess Stanley officially gave him 11 on that one because now it's
They moved it up a little bit more, didn't they?
the ball's there, but the official on the far side of the field, who's the official?
EBA back in that forward receiver.
Bad snap.
Ball on the ground. Mobley sprinting out, got a receiver. We pick it
Intercepted,
off.
Caden Downs.
Caden Downs with interception. He's trying to make up for that fumble he had. He gets one back for us.
Yeah, Panthers' 2nd interception of the night. When I think about Panthers and interceptions, I think about Dakota Murphy 2 years ago. What a way to finish his high school career. Intercepted a pass and took it back for a touchdown as time expired. I saw his little brother Dalton was actually going to play some college football over at Thomas University down in South Georgia.
1st and down and 10 at the 43-yard
Yeah,
line.
may try to get down there and watch. He's some of my wife's family, so we may try to get down there and watch him some this year. It's a new program they're starting up this year. It's the first year they had a program. Griswold
Oh, my God, middle of the field.
Wide open. Nick Holton, touchdown, Panthers. Nobody going to get him. No flags on the field. That's what we need. That's what I'm talking about. Get the ball back, score quick.
That's the play we were looking for on the 4th down last time, but didn't quite have as much time, so wasn't able to get it out. So
Panthers
with
score.
6:45, Panthers do score. Chance to cut this into 1.1 possession here. Need this 2-point conversion, cut it to 7.
Yeah, this is big right here. You almost wish you had a kicker so you could kick the extra point and have it down to 1 possession, an 8-point difference. If you don't get this, it's a 9-point difference. It's still 2 possessions.
At least you know, though. You know how much you need. Panthers going quads this time.
Griswold keeps it, and he's going to be short of the 2-point conversion attempt.
So it remains a 2-point possession with 6:45 remaining in the game. You got to think at this point, though, the EBA's coach, they're going to forget the run. Forget the pass at this point and keep the ball on the ground, keep the clock moving. Panthers down to just 2 timeouts.
We got a guy down. Who is that down here? I think it's Griswold again with a cramp.
Yeah, it's that same right calf. It looks like he's trying to get stretched out. As we're up here, I'm getting a cramp in my hip. I don't know if that's cramp or arthritis or just old age.
All of the above, probably.
You can't get comfortable up here, whether you're sitting or standing. And we have been standing for the last, gosh, what time we get up here, 6:30?
If I lean over, my back hurts. If I stand up, my legs hurt.
If I keep talking, my mouth hurts.
So Panthers getting ready to kick it off where they try an onside kick here.
I think at this point you honestly have to. 2 possessions, 6:45. Grizzle with that right calf is not going to be able to kick. So it looks like we got a young buck back there that I have no idea who he is, number 18. Who you got on your roster there?
Let's see, who
Kurt?
is 18? Trying to think who that is off the top of my head. Is Wyatt Neal is what the roster has.
Okay, so a young sophomore, I believe Wyatt is. It's a little squib kick. Yep. Down there, we're going to fall on it at the 44-yard line.
Onside kick attempt. Fielded by number 14, Edmund Phillips.
So EBA has the ball back. 6:41 to go in the game. Up by 9.
We'll see if Grizzle is able to shake that cramp and go back to that safety position. It don't look like he is. It looks like we're going to have Caden Downs back.
Looks like they're going to. He's cramping up, just trying to walk off the field. They're going to need to get him over there and get him some water in him just in case we get the ball back.
We're going to go draw this time, number 14. Devion Richardson going to be on the tackle along with Bryce Wheeler. He's going to carry it into Panther territory inside the 45-yard line for a Spartan first down at the Panther 44. Clock momentarily stopped with 6:33. Now they start it.
Another EBA first down.
So it's Aiden Phillips again on that carry for EBA.
Once again, make sure you come out to Panther Stadium next week as the Panthers take on Briarwood Academy. Yeah, it looks like a little false start there on the right tackle, big 70. Going to back it up 5 yards. Bring up 1st and 15 for Spartans. Clock is running. I don't know why they continue to run it. About 4 extra seconds ticked off.
We're back to Spartans up 5 yards.
Three receivers for EBA. He'll hand off the middle to Phillips. He's going to get 3, 4, maybe 5.
Going to have, looks like Tyler Harrison on that tackle. Tripping him up.
Back to the Panthers' 45-yard line. Going to be 2nd and 11. Now under 6 minutes to go.
Once again, we'll be home next week against Briarwood Academy. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be away in Louisville against TG Thomas Jefferson.
Up the middle, that's Mobley. He's going to gain 4 or 5 yards, maybe even 6.
Mobley on the midline.
Number 20 on that tackle.
Tackle by
Davion Richardson.
Defender, number 20, Richardson. 3rd down and 4.
Big 3rd and 4 here for the Panthers defense.
Big 3rd down. We need to get the ball back. So we try to get one more score on there and make it 1 possession.
Clock's under 5 now. Yeah, Kurt, you talked about it. The last touchdown that the Panthers scored, they looks like EBA is going to bring this all the way down to 1 second before they call a timeout, which will be their first of the second half. But that last touchdown Panthers scored, been interesting to know if we'd had a kicker, would Coach Kelly have kicked it and make it a 7-point game?
Yeah.
Of course, we don't have a legitimate kicker for the Panthers. So we did go ahead and go for 2 and wasn't successful, so it is a 2-possession game still.
That's the thing. If you have that kicker there and you kick the extra point and get it within 8, then you're still 1-possession game. You can get a touchdown, 2-point conversion. Again, helps the momentum a little bit, helps the mindset.
We'll talk about the upcoming schedule there. So we do have Briarwood at home next week. Hope to see you all out there. It's going to be a packed house, so let's pack that stadium. Again, it's game of the week, whether you're coming from Louisville, game of the week if you're coming from Thompson. So WTHO, WPEH will all be doing radio broadcasts. We'll still be doing our broadcast, probably from the stands. At least Kurt and Chris will be out there. I'll be in the AC keeping the score. So Of course, after that, we got TJ in Louisville. We'd like to see Panther Nation come out and support them. TJ's having a down year. They're coming off that 4-peat state championship, but from what I hear, they've definitely struggled this year.
And they're tight, trying to get that run. Phillips up in the middle, going to be hit and brought down. Gains about 2.
Tackle once again, 21, Nathan Haley.
Over on downs.
So 4th down and about 2.
Yep.
4th down and 2.
The ball needs to get to the 34-yard line. It's just exactly on the 36.
The D-line needs to be awake and watch the ball here. See if they might run a freeze play here. They still got a timeout or 2 left.
We'll be looking quarterback keep here.
Going to hand off to number 20. He's going to be
enough for a first
close.
down.
Yep.
64 and number 9 converge on the tackle there for the Panthers.
Off the right side of the line. Tackle by number 64 for the Panthers.
Alex Selassie on the plays down.
If you were to take a vote, I don't know if anybody would know Lossie's first name. It's just Lossie around schools. So 3 weeks from tonight, we will be in Augusta playing the Cavaliers, Augusta Prep. Then we get in that region schedule, Kurt, that you talked about. We're starting out with Hancock Central this year at in Sparta there, so we'll be making that trip. Twiggs County follows that at home this year. Of course, we talked about that a little bit. Our Glascock County's first region victory came last year at the expense of Twiggs County, so now they'll be looking for revenge on our field this time. After that, we finish up with 3 games. We have Johnson County away, GMC at home, and then we'll finish the season with Wilkinson County at home. Like you said, Kurt, 2 region wins should get us in the playoffs. First time ever in Panther history. If you ask Coach Kelly his goals before the season, I would bet that's one of them.
EBA takes back 1st and 10. Mobley going to keep the ball, pick up about 4.
Mobley off the left side of the line. Tackles led by number 56.
Now you get to the point where Coach Kelly's going to start using some timeouts here in just a minute. You got 2 left. Down about 3 minutes to go in the game.
Ball just inside the 30-yard line. 2nd and it's called a long or short 6, long 5. Call it 6.
Second down and 7.
Mobley hands the ball off to running back number 20.
Number 20, Connor Sims on the counter.
Sims on the carry.
Tackles led by number 14, Nicholas Holton.
Going to be 3rd down and 4 after pick up about 3 there.
We talked about it off the air before we got started tonight, but talked about the offensive lineman and how a lot of times your stats aren't going to pick up. Offensive and defensive linemen aren't going to get those stats. So I encourage all of you out there, just occasionally just watch those offensive and defensive linemen. See what they have to go through every single play. They're not going to get double-digit tackles. They're not going to score 5 touchdowns.
Hand off again to Sims. He's powered for a steal, got him by the leg.
What you will see, I'm sorry, Kurt.
Be close.
Yeah, they are going ahead and calling it first down.
Tackle by number 2, Nathan.
What you will see, though, is a lot of time those defensive linemen are taking on 2, sometimes 3 blockers, so those linebackers can get a tackle.
And I will tell you, too, that offensive line, Coach Kelly knows what every one of them is supposed to be doing on every play. And you can often hear from where we're at, if one play gets busted and doesn't work right, he'll be hollering the name of whoever doesn't block right. But watch those plays that are successful.
Yeah.
Those linemen have a certain job, and if one lineman doesn't do his job, then that play's not successful. So it's not just 1 or 2 guys, it's the whole group of them that's got to do their things right.
You'll also see something else that whereas a lot of your running backs and receivers and they get subbed in and out. A lot of times those linemen, they're in there the whole time. They don't get subs, and especially if you're going two ways, you're playing offensive line and defensive line.
We're down to a minute to go in the game. Third down and about 1, maybe 2 yards. They're going to milk whatever they can out of this clock.
Yeah, at this point it is just second down. They can go ahead and just take a knee and end this game. Coach Kelly does have 2 timeouts, but we'll see what they do. They'll probably run one more offensive play, see what they can get. First down definitely ends the game. We do have a flag here. I'm assuming we have a flag. I don't see. It's in the middle.
False start on the Spartans.
Yep. Had to be something interior of that offensive line there. The back judge is the one. That's not the back judge. Is it?
Second down and 6.
At this point, you just take a knee, yo.
I think so. That is what they're going to do, it looks like. Well, no, they're going to go power right.
Hand off to Sims again.
And he's going to
He's going to be in the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Spartans.
So with that, again, I feel like we say it a lot, Kurt, but another gallant effort by the Panthers. But big plays in the third quarter, did them in.
And the scores on the scoreboard at the end is not going to be representative of
Absolutely
what happened.
not.
That
No.
one right there, Panthers are just gassed, and they
Honestly,
just didn't have any more.
Yeah, they knew the game was over, and it's just.
So this score is going to add a little bit more to the right-handed side of the scoreboard, but it's not going to be indicative of what will happen tonight. Panthers put up a great effort. Too many big plays again. Seems like the thing we say over and over again.
Yep.
Yeah, a different kicker.
3
in
big
there.
plays. Turnover at the EBA 10-yard line, opening drive for the Panthers.
2 fumble recovers for a touchdown.
Yep. One went 75 yards, one went 27 yards. It's almost 100 yards of, actually over 100 yards, 102 yards of fumble recoveries for touchdowns. So 3 big plays is going to be the difference into this game. You know. So a 16-point final is what we're going to have, and those 3 big plays add them up 21 points. So that's the difference in the game tonight.
We got 9.6 seconds to go here to finish this game out. The EBA is going to kick off to the Panthers. We're going to probably return it. It might be the end of it, but unless somebody just falls on it, so we'll see what happens.
Well, they got their JV team in on the kickoff, right?
Yeah, I wonder at this point.
Bunch of new ones here, so they got the kickers in, and 3 is in. That's a lot of new ones.
He's going to scribble it along the front. We're going to pick it up and run with it. That's Holton.
He's going to bring it back almost to the 40-yard line. Clock's going to stop with 3 seconds to go.
So a tackle by number 14, Aiden Phillips.
We're going to have to run one more offensive play.
So we'll be looking to get revenge next year on EBA. Like we said, they're graduating 11 seniors. So barring some transfers in, they'll be losing a lot of leadership on that offensive side of the ball especially.
We'll look to throw again. Here's we're going to tuck it and run. Going to be hit and brought down to the EBA 45-yard line.
So good pickup that time. Call it 15 on the play.
And that'll put Landon Grizzle over the 100-yard mark for tonight as well. So we got 2 backs over 100 yards tonight. So.
Yeah, just I guess if you were to sum this up in just a couple of words, I'd say fatigue and turnovers.
Turnovers, yep.
So definitely got tired in that third quarter, which led to 2 defensive touchdowns, one going 75 yards, one going 27 yards, both for touchdowns for EBA. And so other than that, evenly matched game.
Brandon Walker finished with 23 carries for 125 yards. Landon had 20 carries for 115 yards. Nick Holton, 7 carries for 73 yards.
So there's about 300 yards rushing right
and
there.
then another 36 from down. So you got over 300 yards.
So a lot to build on from tonight, a lot to work on next week for Coach Kelly. Briarwood coming to town next week. You know, Coach Fleming's going to have that crowd ready to go. You know, a lot of folks don't say it, but it's become a big rivalry between those two schools.
I was going to say that the games in the last few years have been very, very competitive between the two schools, and I do think this might be the first game in years where we don't have to call Reese name, right?
Yep.
We won't have to call a Reese name.
You're right.
So
next Friday night, again, you can get your feed from wherever you want to, 2 radio stations or us, or come out to the stadium live.
Yeah, come out to the stadium, join us.
We got a good concession stand ourselves. We like to review it ourselves when we go to halftime. So come on out and join us. If not, tune in right here. Chris will have it up on Facebook and YouTube again. And we'll be happy to give you the play-by-play next week from Panther Stadium.
Yeah, come on out and join us, and come tell Kurt what a good job he does. We really appreciate everything.
38-8 over TJ.
So we just got a final, Briarwood, 38-8 over TJ.
So should come in and give us a good indication of how well we're going to play against TJ the following week as well. So come on out and join us. Again, Briarwood's just a few miles down the school. I almost guarantee you'll know somebody on that team. Come on out and join us and support these Panthers. I'm looking for a win next week, Kurt. I think we're going to get it.
I will tell you this now. Don't give up on these guys just because they lost the first 2 games of the year. There's some wins coming this year. Don't know how many, but it could be several. So don't give up on these guys. Come out and give them your support. If not, check in with us, and we'll be here live with you every Friday night. So until then, final score, final time tonight, EBA 34, Glascock 18. Until next week. So long, everybody.